Yo guys, what is good? It's your boy John Monk here, back again with another video. And today we're going over a pickup that once went for $1,000. Alright, as always, before I begin today's video, if you guys have not seen my most recent video where I get a haircut for the first time in a whole year, make sure to go check it out after that. And then also check out my video before that where I go over the Asics Gel NYCs. In my last video, I forgot to mention that, but those two videos could definitely use a lot more love. And in today's video, we are going over a new pickup. I don't think this one is for the personal, but I was able to get a W on sneakers. This was a sneaker drop that a lot of people have been excited for, and I was able to get lucky with it. Now, before the sneaker re-release, this pair used to be extremely popular. The prices on them for resale just slowly went up over time, and they've just been something that's been well coveted by sneakerheads. So with that being said, let's take them out of the box because we have them in person. This is actually my first time ever seeing this colorway in hand, so I'm excited. Let's get the box open. All right. As you guys can see, we do have a black box. Maybe you guys can see the Jumpman logo a little bit. It's a little unclear, but everything is just in black, and that even means the shoebox as well. All right, and let's open up the box. I think what would have been cool is if the wrapping paper was also in black as well, but it's all good. We don't really care about the packaging. All right, and in 3, 2, 1. Oh man, they individually wrapped the sneakers again. This is ruining my flow here. How am I gonna get the 3, 2, 1s from now on if they're gonna keep wrapping the sneakers individually? This just makes my job harder. All right, and in 3, 2, 1. Sheesh! Yes, sir! As you guys can see, we do have the Black Cat Jordan 4s. All right, so I actually kind of have a little bit of qualms with this shoe. After seeing them out of the box, there are some little minor things that I'm kind of iffy about. Now again, this sneaker is not for the personal. I was hoping that I would be able to get a W on these and probably just resell them afterwards. But there are some little things here that I'm not really thrilled about. So first off, we have this little minor glue stain on the ankle area, and I don't know if that's going to affect anyone's willingness to take the sneaker, but that is very interesting. I guess that has to do with like the quality control of the sneakers. Like, look at that, that's a really big thing. But another thing that I also noticed about the shoes as well is that on the outsoles where the Nike logo is, you guys can see some scuffing on the bottom, so they kind of look slightly worn. And then the same with the other side as well. So I really don't know what is up. Did someone wear these before they came to me? Because I didn't wear them for sure. You guys literally just saw me take them out of the box. I don't know what's going on with Nike, but definitely the quality control on this pair is not it. All right, so when it comes to the Black Cat 4s, they have quite the history in the sneakerhead community. So first off, they released in 2006. And I don't know too much about what the sneaker was like back then. I was pretty young. But then I remember when these re-released in 2020, and not a lot of people wanted them. They were actually something that a lot of people decided to pass up on, and these began to hit outlets. It was so bad where this was just something that you could walk in a Foot Locker and still see this sitting for weeks and even months. Basically a sneaker that was going for maybe under retail at a time. However, after that Last Dance documentary with Michael Jordan, it dropped on Netflix. All of the Jordans began to just soar up in value. So the Black Cats were actually a sneaker that was once going for under retail and then began to climb and climb and climb. Over time, it once reached $1,000. A pair of all black Jordan 4s going for that much money, that's just absolutely crazy. And honestly, I don't really see what the big hype of these Jordan 4s are. I mean, they're all black, and that's pretty much it. There's no really specific unique colorways to it. There's no special collaborations. This is a GR pair. You might as well wear a pair of all black Air Force Ones, and especially if you're wearing an all black sneaker like this, you look like you're about to break into a place and just steal a bunch of stuff. So if you guys think about it, this shoe is literally called the Black Cat Force. So you have Black Cat from Marvel, you have Catwoman from DC. Both of those characters are honestly just burglars. They steal stuff, they're both anti-heroes, and I can definitely see both of them wearing a pair of Black Cat 4s. I mean, I think a lot of people like the sneaker because it does go with everything. At the end of the day, it is black. I'm just thinking there are so many other nicer black Jordan 4s out there, like the Red Thunders, the Thunders, the White Thunders, any other black Jordan 4 that has a hint of coloring. But this is just straight up all black. I think in general, Jordan 4s have just been a sneaker that has remained timeless throughout all the different sneaker trends. I mean, within the last couple of years, Jordan 4s have just been a staple. You should at least have one pair of 4s in your collection. I know that they are not a comfortable sneaker, but they are still something that is very stylish and it looks very good. I would honestly just go with a different kind of color. I have 2 pairs of 4s myself. I mean, if you're someone that's goth or, you know, you love wearing all black, this would probably be a great sneaker for you, but not for me. And also, the price of Jordan 4s nowadays are just outrageous. They literally cost $220. So they are really, really expensive. I remember when Jordan 4s used to be like $185. Now we're breaking the bank in buying a pair of Jordan 4s. And I'm not gonna try on this sneaker today, but I've also heard a lot of reviews saying that this is honestly one of the loudest Jordan 4s in terms of the sound they make when you step in them. And I believe it's from the material made from the lace loops that are made in kind of like this carbon plastic material. So I'm gonna let you guys listen. I'm gonna hold it close to my mic. So basically I've heard that when people walk in them, they're gonna hear a lot of squeaking. So let me try to like simulate that. I'm not gonna put them on my feet again, but if you guys can listen to this, right? Yeah, like that is pretty loud. So I can imagine if you're just kind of like, you know, moving your feet, walking in them with every step, you're probably gonna hear this like slushing, squishing noise, which could get honestly pretty annoying. But now that I've talked about the sneaker, let's take a closer look into the Black Cat 4s themselves. So starting off with the upper, we do have a nubuck construction in black. The whole entire sneaker is in black actually, so there is no surprise there. I really love nubuck, especially with Jordan 4s because they feel very soft, but they also crease really easily. I think that's a trade-off. I mean, I've owned Jordan 4s constructed with nubuck before. It's a hit or miss. Sometimes if you step into them, they're gonna crease really badly. And then moving over to the side profile of the sneaker, towards the front, we do have this rubber panel here in this glossy black. Now that rubber material also stays consistent to the rest of the midsole of the shoe. So as we turn it over to the inner profile of the sneaker, we also have that glossy rubber material as well. Now moving upwards towards the toe box of the sneaker, we do have this cage area that is iconic for the Jordan 4s. And this cage is made in this black rubber material. Now underneath, we also have a mesh construction that I guess is supposed to provide perforation and breathability for the shoe. Honestly, it doesn't really do much of that because I know that when you're walking in a pair of 4s, it honestly feels pretty stuffy and bulky and uncomfortable. Jordan 4 has got to be one of the most uncomfortable sneakers out there. And then as we move up towards the tongue area of the sneaker, we do have some matte black laces. The sneaker doesn't really give us any additional laces, but I feel like that is the whole point of the sneaker, to be all black. And then looking over to the lace holes of the sneaker, we have these very uniquely designed lace holes that are exclusive to the Jordan 4s. Now moving over to the tongue area, we do have a nubuck construction, and we also have the Jordan Jumpman with the Flight logo that is stitched into the tongue tag. Now the tag itself is in black, however the Jumpman and the Flight is written in gray to kind of give off that contrast to the rest of the black. Now moving over to the back profile of the sneaker, this is actually the highlight of the 2025 release for the Black Cat 4s. In the past, we've only had the Jumpman on the back, but this time, now we have the Nike Air logo, which we always love that better when it comes to Jordans. I feel like that's just the OG logo, and we love that so much more. So when news came out saying that they were gonna bring back the Nike Air for the Black Cat Jordan 4s, the shoe became even better. Now the Nike Air logo is also in this glossy black as well. And then as we go over to the heel tab of the sneaker, we also have this rubber construction. And this entire tongue tag here, again, this is something that is unique to only Jordan 4s. Now moving over to our midsole of the sneaker, we do have the air unit that we see on all Jordan 4s. I believe that we have not seen a single Jordan 4 without the air unit. And then as we move over to the insoles of the sneaker, we do have an all black insole. This time the construction is in this fuzzy material. It's very interesting, kind of like a fleece material. And then towards the back end of the insoles, we do have the Nike Air logo in white. I like that it's a nice contrast to the rest of the black here. And then overall, our insole is made with this polyurethane foam. It is not really squishy. The Black Cat 4s, again, I must reiterate, they're not supposed to be a comfortable sneaker. Actually, I stand corrected when it comes to the insoles. I was actually looking at the reflection of the light onto the insole, but it's not white, it's actually in this gray color. And then finally moving over to the outsoles of the sneaker, we do have a black outsole traction patterning that we see on all Jordan 4s. However, we also see this pop of color on the Nike Air, like we saw with the insoles. We see this in white. This is basically the only hint of color that we see throughout the entire shoe. Everything else is black. But yeah, I would say when it comes to this sneaker, this is one that is strictly ruled by hype. It's not something that is unique. It's just because it's an all black Jordan 4 that people just give into the hype. I honestly cannot imagine paying $1,000 for a black sneaker unless it's something that is like a really limited collaboration. But when it comes to the Black Cat 4s, again, these used to sit on shelves. I'm just not a fan of all black sneakers, and this one is not it for me. This is definitely not going to be in the personals. But if you guys like the Black Cat Jordan 4s, you know, definitely go ahead, cop it now, because it's definitely cheaper, a lot cheaper than what it used to be. So you can't go wrong with that. Just get one for yourself. Just be prepared that if you are going to walk in them, they're going to start like squishing and squeaking like that. I mean, I don't know if the original pair has that problem as well. Some people don't like this specific pair because of that reason. There we have it, the Black Cat Jordan 4s. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps up my video for today. Now I'll like to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on the Black Cat Jordan 4s? Are they worth paying $1,000 for? Are they even worth buying right now? Let me know in the comments because I do want to hear from you. And as always, if you guys liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to hear more from me, smash the subscribe button because more will be on the way. Again, these are my Black Cat 4s, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.